Anyway, we gonna keep this show on the road. Coming to the stage, real good dear friend of mine. Start clapping right now. Hog Shack, my motherfucking man, Selwyn Bishop. Okay, I just had to put my pimp music on for y'all. Oh, y'all didn't like that. Okay, that's okay. What's up, Manassas? How y'all doing? He hit y'all with the before and the after. That is crazy to me. I said, wow. Because I was looking, the colors do coordinate. Y'all, that's nice. Coordinate. No, this is Women's History Month. I'm going to give y'all a little history, too. Little women's history. Nobody applauds this woman at all. And she did something great for America. This woman sucked the presidential dick. Monica Lewinsky. Everybody put their hands together. God damn it. That is some good women's history. And I'm like, God damn. Y'all even got some women's history here in Manassas. For real, man. I went to go I purchased a car for my son. And I don't know what happened, but the salesman turned into a tour guide. And I was like, he said, we're going to pass this park here. Did you know that this is where Lorena Bobbitt threw John Bobbitt's dick? And I said, and why would you swing me by there? Like, dickhead, you think I'm going to go look for it? He was like, yeah, there it is. He was like, yeah, no. I said, that is some women's history for your ass. Because don't nobody name their kids Lorena no more. Like, tell me right now. He was like, Lorena, come here. He was like, oh, shit, yeah. People just hiding their damn dicks. She cut the whole thing off while he was asleep, though. That was fucked up. I gotta sit down here. I'm like, I know I look like a pimp, but I'm not. I'm more like a disabled vet, okay? I appreciate that. America, you got to serve them and then they don't serve you. Like, that's the deal that you get. You like, God damn. I had 3 tours in the desert, man. I did. I love going out there and hated coming back. Something happened to you, it just fucks with your mind. Like, you get a switcheroo. You come home and you like, you get with your woman and you just all say, like, what the fuck do you want? Like, you come back and we're like, are you still breathing? Like, that's love though. Like, I'm gonna do your laundry later, right? You never had that? No? I'm the only one. Okay, it's real love though. My lady used to love me. I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just riding right now, okay? So you float with me. So, everybody smoke weed in here? Woo! The flower or y'all vaping? What you doing? Flowers, yeah. I don't know what it is about weed smokers because they always do the same thing. They hit you with the, hey, do I smell like weed? Like, nigga, yeah. Now here, you just hit the blunt. You come into work there. Alright, put that out. I'm coming. Hey, and then they do this shit. They start spraying Febreze on them. They be like, do I smell like weed still? I'm like, yeah, no, well, yeah, no, yes. You smell like weed. And so does your car. This shit stink. Every time I get in here. Hey, I'm telling you, man, I like people, but I don't like going to people's houses. Because sometimes you go to people's houses, they'll invite you, but you look in their car and you see their car dirty, and you already know they're like, their house probably dirty. And then you get over their house, and when you get there, you knock on the door, and they're like, hey, come on in. Hey, don't mind the mess. And you be like, I kind of expected it, right? I seen your keyboard. Like, you got chips and shit in your food, in your keyboard, like rat droppings and stuff. You be like, you just know they nasty, right? These are the type of people that they come to work and they be like, hey, so we're having a potluck this week, and I'm bringing the green bean casserole. And we're like, I'll be sure not to eat that shit. And they were like, oh, and you got cats? Yeah. I had a coworker that had cats. She told me, she said, oh man, I got cats. I said, she wanted me to come to her house. I don't know why. She was like, you could just stop by. I said, you got cats? She said, I do. She said, one of them has AIDS. I said, yeah, I'm probably not going to come by for you. You got a cat with AIDS? What the hell? She said, it's not contagious. Listen, the fucking bill is it? I said, who the hell want to come with a cat? What if I'm in there, I'm trying to get some cat, and then the cat get me? Wow, right? I was like, oh no. Mess around and had AIDS, I'll be out here looking like Magic Johnson. Oh, y'all laughing, that's fucked up. Magic Johnson rich. I'll be sitting here looking at Magic Johnson, I said, damn, everybody in the 90s passed away except you. You really are magic. I said, he's so magic, he started gaining weight. I said, wait a minute, what kind of age you got? And then I started noticing, because he ended up getting to the Magic Johnson Theater and stuff, right? And now he's the owner for the Commanders over here, right? And I said, I know what kind of AIDS he has. Magic Johnson got financial AIDS. I need some of them kind of AIDS. I was like, I need him. Like, I tried to get my son financial aid for going to college. He just left. I know I don't look like that. I don't look old enough. I hope I don't. Wait a minute, hold on. How old do I look? Don't answer that. Most people in their 40s, they say, yeah, I know. I was like, you look good for your age. I was like, yeah, black don't crack. I said this before in front of my daughter. She said, but your knees do. I said, you will have fun. Don't put my business out there. I know I'm getting old. But yeah, so I'm down here in the Congress. I'm trying to get this boy this financial aid. And I get in there. And because I'm a military vet, 100%, right? They look at me, they really look at me, oh, he got money, right? And I was like, no, it's just guaranteed. Like, if I go to sleep, I'm gonna make this money, okay? All right. But now I'm worried. I don't know who else in here might be worried, but you should be. Anyway, so I'm down there, and the financial aid lady comes in, she's like, oh, she's for the military, trying to hook my son up. I'm like, hey, I need to make sure that he's going to get this dual so I can get the in-state tuition, because it's a hell of a difference. I don't know if y'all know about this shit. Anybody got kids? I said, I just had these. I wish I could give them back. I don't know. I'm telling you, they cost. Goddamn school cost $36,000. I said, oh shit. I said, when they found out that they do the VA, they said, it's $11,000. I said, this is a hell of a, hey, I need that. I need my money. So I'm trying to get my financial aid, right? The lady said, oh, it seems like it's already been paid. I said, yeah, I did that. She said, She said, well, you know, I need a mattress set, and I need some couches. I said, oh, you looking at sugar daddy? I said, no, this not sugar daddy. This just plain daddy. I was like, I'm sweet and low, okay? I got a little bit of money, but not that much money. Like, I'm looking for a sugar mama, okay? That's what I'm talking about. I'm looking at these financial aids and all this student shit, and I said, hey, what the hell is going on? I said, it's too much money. I was like, they were like, oh, and in-state tuition, if you don't pay on time, you're gonna pay in interest. And I said, well, I'm not interested in that. You can keep your interest, okay? That's not for me. Yeah. Now, these deployments, they did a little something to me. I don't know, sometimes they mess your mind up. They call it PTSD. I was like, I think I might have had this way before then. Because when I was young, they were like, hey, don't, that boy right there, he's special. Something wrong with him. Hey, everybody knows somebody in the family like that. They be like, hey, something wrong with him. He's special. It's okay. And they used to warn people. They be like, hey, don't get that boy no sugar. I said, don't get that boy no sugar. What's wrong with me? I found out. I'm retarded. That's what it is. They tried to put me in a special class. I said, no. Right? I did that. I was like, it was worse because I didn't mean to do that. I was mimicking my sister. I did. I'm my sister special. Don't laugh at that. I been laughing at my sister. She used to try to bite me all the time, and she one time she bit me on my arm and left a chain of slob on me. My mama said, I said, ew! My mama said, that's okay, baby. She love you. That's how women show love. Yeah, y'all woo. Right, yeah. Now everybody done quoted already. How y'all show y'all love? The older I got, I found out my lady gave me a chain of slob. I said, woo, girl, you love me. was nasty. I said, I like it nasty. I didn't even know I like it like that. I like this so nasty. One time, this girl got aggressive. She lifted my legs up. I said, hey, the hell you doing? What's wrong with you? She's like, what, you don't like it? I said, I don't even know where we going right now. You are too aggressive. You like it like that, don't you? I seen you the whole night over here. You like, well, yeah. You the type who probably got a crock pot right now. They're like, come on home with me. I feed you and fuck you, boy. I'm like, oh, shit. You better go on, Miss Diane. What's your name, Doc? What is it? Maria. Maria. Oh, see, yeah. I hope your middle name ain't Lorena. Ain't no cutting dicks off of it. You were here when she did it? You probably talked her into it, didn't you? You're like, girl, cut his dick off. Cut that motherfucking dick off. Yeah. Wait, hold on, wait a minute. He told you to mash the potatoes and you ain't do it? Oh, hell no. He was like, hey, he came in here and took it? Why you said you didn't want it? Oh, yeah, you got to cut it off. She's like, how much do I cut off? All of it. He only got 2 inches. All of it. Nice. Oh man, she pulled out a Swiss Army knife. Hold on, let me get this little thing. It was like, and grab the tweezers and twist and twist. My man sleep, dick just gone. Man, I'm mad at that. That's the worst part of women history right now. Yeah. I got another one for y'all though. Women history. I'm like, y'all had a butt naked first lady out here, man. What the hell's going on here? Anybody look at it and then Putin say, yeah, I got your whore. He done probably done fucked her. Yeah, he did. Fuck the first lady. Let's fuck her. Trump like this, okay. And she's like, everybody be best. I said, didn't Michelle Obama say that? She said, okay, I stole line. Yeah. She stole it. I would say something, but y'all good at stealing. You know, they say black people good at stealing, but come on now, how we get here? Everybody say, we got slow stickers. It's okay. St. Patty's. Are we drinking? Did we drink for St. Patty's? Yeah, we drinking now. Yeah. We should clap that up. Yeah. Now, don't clap when the police pull behind you, okay? Like, I know how that is. That's a famous game. Like, a lot of people play that game. I played that game once before. It wasn't a good game. I didn't like it. Officer told me to pull over. I said, okay, I complied. I did that because I listened. I was in the military. I listened very well. I stopped. He was like, sir, would you like to pull your keys out the ignition? I said, He said, sir, I said, pull the keys out to this. I said, I can't do that, sir. He said, why not? I said, it's a push start. He ain't like that. Yeah. He said, sir, have you been drinking and driving? I said, I only do that when I park. Like, it should be legal, right? Like, wait till you park and then you drive. Yeah, I tried to pull it off. He said, step out the car, sir. I said, oh, shit. And said, yeah, you know what it is, then. I said, I had this. He said, assume the position. I said, he said, no, sir. No, sir. I said, oh, I'm sorry. I've been to one too many procedures.
I'm just kidding, Nancy.
He said, I need you to walk in a straight line. I said, okay. I clicked my heels. I was like, yeah, he ain't ready for this. I walked that straight line. I said, He said, sir, what are you doing? I said, I'm walking a straight line. He said, no, you're not. You over there. He did too. I started like, that was nice. That was nice. He said, all right. He said, okay. He said, no, I'm gonna need you to do it for real. So I did. I walked the line, and then I clicked my heels. Bam! He said, all right. Then he looked at me. He said, I'm gonna need you to say your ABCs backwards, right? I'm still in this position. I said, okay. A, B, C. He said, sir, what are you doing? I said, I'm saying my ABCs backwards. He said, no, I said backwards. I said, I was this way, that's forwards, and this is backwards. He said, you about to get arrested. I said, Listen, sir, that's you the problem. He said, okay, I got one more test for you. I'm gonna need you to blow. And I said, oh man, again? He said, no, man, go on, get your ass up. He said, okay, you have anybody who can pick you up? I said, yes, I do. And that's how you get out of a DUI, okay? Act like you about to suck. When he say blow, you just get down there. You know what I mean? I don't know. You might run into the wrong cop, though. I've been watching the news around here. I was like, boy, they be taking breaks in parks and everything. They're like, yeah. It was like, you under arrest and I'm standing at attention, okay? All right, yeah. Fellas, I'm gonna need y'all to pay attention right here. This little session right here. I'm gonna teach you a little something about women. I be studying them. I did. I went to a porn store with this lady. She was my girlfriend at the time. And we went in there and she said, ooh, look at all of these dildos. I said, it looked like a bunch of dicks I don't want to look at, right? They comparing it. They measuring you up, okay? They're like, oh, look how big it is. They're like, look, it don't look real. That's impossible to eat, right? I know it ain't. It's not real. She's like, oh, touch it. It feel real. And I said, you're going too far. You done told me to touch it, and now I'm looking at it. I feel gay. I know this is too much for me. You're overwhelming my sensory, right? So then the damn lady, the hostess comes over and she said, excuse me, sir, I'm going to teach you about the woman's vagina. I said, I think I know a little bit about it. I got 5 kids. She said, okay. Well, do you know that the woman's clitoris has 9,000 nerve endings? I said, no, I didn't. That's a lot. That is a lot of nerve. But I do know if you get on one nerve, boy, she shut the shop down. I was like, ain't no cookies in the house no more. The Keebler factory is closed. All the elves, they just dipped, man. I'm telling you, man. She said, oh, well, she's like, that's okay. I can teach you. She said, I'm going to show you that how it feels, how the woman's clitoris feels. I said, ma'am, I do not have one. I don't know, how do you think you're going to do that for me? She said, I'm going to take this little thing right here. She said, she called it a bullet. So I said, don't put no bullets in my face. She said, no, just look at it. She said, she brought it closer to me. She said, now I'm going to touch your nose, and that's how sensitive the clitoris is. She put it on my nose. She said, get that thing off my face. She said, how did it feel? I said, first off, my nose tickled. She said, but how did it feel? I said, it felt good. Oh, man. Now my nose is a rose. I be using it all the time. It was like this. I mean, and it got different functions, too. They're like, I'm telling you, man, that's good. Oh, man, how much time I got, bro?
You got a minute, nigga.
Okay. Good time here. I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, look, here's another lesson, fellas. You can listen to instructions, but don't do it too good, because I did that when I was like 19. I was a virgin, y'all. I was. And this lady, she got me. She said, someone come over. She said, take a shower. I said, okay, I will. I came over to the house, and she said, did you take a shower? I said, I did, because I listened. I said, I listened very well. She said, take another one. I said, I just took a shower. I said, smell me. She said, take another one. I want to make sure you're clean. I said, okay, so I did it. She said, okay, so she said, the reason why I called you over here because I want to suck your dick. Excuse me to be so vulgar. She said that. I was like, oh my God. She said, but I want to do it from the back. I said, well, how do you do that? I was interested. I was so intrigued. I said, okay. She said, what I'm going to need you to do is get on all fours. So I said, weird. But, you know, I don't know if y'all know the difference between babies and fools. Yeah, obviously I'm not a baby, so I got down on all fours. I got down there, right? And I got down there, and man, boy, oh my God. I was like, oh, I don't know what a pussy feel like, but God damn it, she done licked my coochie. I was like, hey! She was saying. I was like, oh my God. Hey, what are you doing? She said, what's wrong? You don't like it? I said, that's not the question you asking. I said, first off, why are you so disrespectful? She said, you ain't like it? I said, I did. I said, but next time, can you push my legs back? Hey man, my name is Selma Fisher. Y'all can look me up on Instagram. That's Fisher is Funny.